Good morning, friends. Today I have this Ford Explorer and we're going to paint it. It's almost an overall. We're going to go ahead and paint it today using only this 3M PPS gun. So this is one of my favorite choices for a DIY gun because you can also get a 1.8, a 1.3, I got a 1.2. So basically I can use this gun from primer to clear. So check it out and I'll show you how I paint this Explorer, all by using just this one gun by changing heads. The primer was done with a 1.8. I already did that. We're painting almost everything except for the hatch, the quarter, and the roof and the rear bumper. In the other booth we have the two fenders and the front bumper. So let's get started. Alright, let me explain to you. This gun is a 3M PPS gun. How it is multiple guns is the head is removable. So this is a 1.2. They have 1.3, I think a 1.4 and a 1.8. So basically you could use this gun from start to finish. You can do primer, base coat, and your clear. Alright, so now it's time to get it masked up. Let's go ahead and get this thing masked up so we can start. Alright, let's talk about these door handle holes. I use this 3M foam tape. You roll it up, stuff it in the hole. But don't think that if you don't have, you can use this 1.5" tape. Just loosely back roll it here. Now you got a sticky tape ball. And you can work it in your hole, and boom, it's filled. Let's talk about something. Plastic. See how the words are? The right side, there's only one side you can paint on, where the paint will not flake off. If you do the wrong side, your paint will flake off. Make sure you do it right. If you guys want me to do a video on how to mask, let me know down in the comments and subscribe and I'll do one. Let me know what you think. Sticking with me. So now we got it masked up. We're going to go ahead and wipe it with wax and grease remover, and we're going to use a microfiber. Do not use paper towels because they're going to leave lint. Microfibers will leave no lint. All right, now we just got to get it tacked off and we'll be ready to go mix up some sealer. Let's go. All right, I got sealer mixed up in my PPS gun, and I am going to use a secondary gun only for the reducer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a coat of sealer, and then I'm going to hit it with the reducer so the edge of the sealer will lay flatter so it won't affect our blend. You'll see. So first thing I'm going to do is give a coat of sealer over all the break cut throughs with a little bit of mud exposed. So I'm going to actually hit them twice because I'll hit the mud spots lightly first, and then I'll come back and give it a full-on coat like normal, and then I'll blend it out. But also you want to make sure that, see this edge here where we got a fender, we're going to have to put we're doing a used fender in the other booth, so we're going to have to hit that with a coat of sealer so our paint will exactly match the same. Does that make sense? Because if I don't and I just put paint over, it may not look the same. So that will help ensure that our blend will match. Because we have blends, okay? You want to use this, it'll help you. It'll help fill the scratches so your metallics won't hang up in sand scratches. Let's go. Alright, I got my base coat mixed up and put in the gun. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my first coat of base heavy. I want to get coverage, try to get coverage on my first coat. It may turn out a little modelly. We're not concerned about that till the second coat. After the second coat, we're trying to make it look good. And then the third coat, we're going to get that blend perfected out. So let's go, let's do this. All right, now that I got the first coat on, I got good coverage. Here's my chance to go around and find any dirt nibs, and I'm gonna sand it out with 800. This is 3M Wet and Dry 800, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit the dirt nibs. Any dirt nib I find now, when I go back to put my second coat on, I'm gonna do a small spot over those sanded spots first, and then I'll come back around and then I'll give it the full normal coat. And then we'll come back with a blend coat, so we'll essentially have 3 coats, but 4 coats over the sanded spots. Let's go. I don't think it turned out too bad. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment. Tell me what you think. Would you try this gun?